It's time! It's time! Let's go meet Sucrose and Khalid!
Traveler, Paimon! Great timing! We got a lot of letters in the mailbox, and I just finished sorting them into 4 groups.
Nice work!
Well, the real work hasn't even started yet. Which batch of letters should we read through first? Let me quickly summarize what we found out about. Tainari believes that on closer examination it might be logically paradoxal. As for my answer, I think a clock in the shape of...
Here's what we've gathered regarding a guide who will never get lost. Mona said that she'd like to join us in uncovering the secret behind the prophecy. While Mika didn't submit much, but he did draw a vegetation map for Master Tainari. Amber also wrote in. She said that she sees herself as nobody's...
As for one who would never lie, Rosaria removed herself from consideration. Timaeus seems to have forgotten to write to us.
And finally, this is what we've gathered on a legend that never ends. Lisa believes that legends live forever in people's hearts. I think that for a legend to be never-ending... So, what are the answers to the... You're really smart, Paimon. I bet you can figure it all...
Or, let's all share our thoughts on what we think the answers might be.
Wait! Wait for me!
Oh, Timaeus!
I'm sorry, I really am. The time just got away from me and I didn't get around to write...
Huh? This is kind of... Not that we don't trust you, Timaeus, but, could you
Of course. Do you still remember the time I... Well, basically, she helped me out a lot.
Wait! So Ying-Er is the girl from Lila. We always assumed you were hard at work every time we saw you at the crafting bench. So you've just been writing letters?
No, I mean, not all the time. I've done some work too. Anyway, a few months ago, I made a vow to the heavens that I will be true to myself and...
So, at Star Snatch Cliff, you were picking Cecilia...
Well, that's right. The Cecilia flower is said to represent a once wayward... I know full well that Miss Ying-Er is far more knowledgeable than I in both... which brings me to the subject of the last few days and the wind. But yesterday, Albedo told me that Sucrose has been...
Huh?
And when I went to take a look at our roster, I saw that she'd done. I feel. I've been spending all of my time in my own fantasy world while everyone else has been bending.
Oh, Timaeus.
And that's why I've decided to join you.
But then what about Yingar?
Yeah. Haven't you been planning this for over a month now?
Well, yes, I did mention in my letters that I'd like her to visit, which is why I explained that a matter of great importance has presented itself to which I must devote my full attention for the time being. I made sure to package the gift and letter with the greatest care. Point being, please know that I sincerely want to support you in this endeavor.
Well, you certainly convinced Paimon with that speech. Don't worry, Timaeus. We won't.
Thank you, Timaeus.
Thank you, everyone. I promise to do.
Okay, so it looks like we found our one who would never.
Great! Let's keep it up. Okay, Paimon will do the honors. We have with us here the flower, the guide, the legend, and Timaeus.
Huh? Why did you only say Timaeus' name?
All right. We also have Klee.
That's me!
With Klee here, this all somehow feels like we're getting ready for—
There's nothing wrong with a more relaxed atmosphere, is there? Of course. We will soon.
Actually, I'm still feeling a.
Me too.
But weren't you all fired up just to—
Yeah, you're right.
Actually, I'm a little worried too.
I know what you're feeling. Saying anything becomes so much harder.
Well, does anyone know the exact location of where we're headed?
According to the prophecy, once we figured out the answer.
Oh, we know something about that.
What? Wow, that's amazing. You really...
Then we'll let you lead the way.
This is it. We're off to find the sacred location of the According to the map, it should be somewhere around here.
Let me take a look. Oh, it should be right up ahead.
Aww. I don't see. Now that I think about it, the prophecy didn't say anything about what the lantern utmost.
Traveler, are you trying to figure out something else from the paper?
Paimon's reading too. But there's nothing above us. The wind didn't. Place the squirrel on the back of the pointy-eared cat, and a pious puppy will open the doors to show you the way.
Look!
What a strong wind current. Let's write it up and see.
Huh? We'll have to fly up there?
Here.
This is the first time I've ever flown like this!
Little island get up here in the sky? Did somebody make it?
Just to be safe, I've been jotting down our entire route here. This way, no one will get lost.
Oh, good thinking, Kale. Who would have thought we'd find this kind of table here?
I never would have guessed that such a place could exist.
Wow, look at that pretty lantern on the table.
There seems to be something on the back. Take your seat, present your answers, and you shall... Well, as far as instructions go, I guess that's...
So we just need to do as it says, right?
Wait a second.
Huh? What is it up?
We'd better make sure this place is safe before taking our seats. Everyone, please.
Well, all our questions and doubts aside, the scenery here is pretty amazing. It'd be
How is everything, Albedo?
Everything seems to be fine. I didn't find any traps or suspicious mechanisms. But I also couldn't find any overt destructive devices.
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, it seems that wrong answers won't have any catastrophic consequences. Looks like we'll have to sit on these chairs and fulfill the prophecy. Everyone, I would like to suggest that we try some risky answers on our first attempt. Let's reserve our most confident answers for the second round.
That sounds kind of smart. But why?
Ah, I get what he means. If we do as he says, then we may be able to figure out how the puzzle works.
I see! That makes a lot of sense.
Mona, is there something wrong? You're not looking too good.
Oh, are you hungry? I brought some snacks.
Thank you for offering, Klee, but that's not quite it. While Albedo was checking just now, I gave my scryglass a spin hoping to find some information. But there's a strange aura to this place. It's almost as if someone has been staring at me as soon as we stepped foot in here. But if nothing here has actually been physically tampered with, then... No. Could that person be...
What do you mean, Mona? Who could it be?
Never mind. It's not like I've got any proof.
Don't leave us on the edge like this, Mona.
I'll just do what Albedo said.
Yes. Let's test the hypothesis together, Klee.
Come on, join us, Mona.
Oh, all right.
Okay, then I'll answer the first question.
You can do it, Sucrose.
Then I would fetch a tetragenic sweet flower.
All right, I'm up next. My part of the prophecy is to find a guide who will never get lost.
Collei, I hope you found your answer.
My answer is that I will be that guide. For a long time, I have been guided by others. It's taken me a while, but I finally made it to where I am today. Although I still haven't made a name for myself, and I'm still quite immature, I would still like to put my name forward. Because I would like to become a guide that can help others. I want to help others the same way Amber, Master Tighnari, Cyno, and everyone else helped.
All right, it's up to me to answer the third part. I'll submit myself as one who would never lie. Although I've never really had any other virtues or talents, I'm confident that I've always been an honest person. I'd like to thank everyone, too, for giving me this opportunity to validate myself.
And last but not least, I will answer the final part of the prophecy. There's no tale more befitting the title of a legend that never ends than our fates as human beings.
Wait! The lantern just lit up! Whoa! All four sides of the...
Huh? But...
Collei, could I ask you to stand up for a second?
Oh, all right.
Huh? What's going on? Why is it lighting up regardless of who's sitting in the chair? Didn't it say we have to answer...
It's pretty clear now, isn't it? We've just proven...
No right answer? But how could that be?
Although the instructions had come from an old and enigmatic prophecy, it is in fact nothing like the ancient mechanism.
And to think, I never expected you to act.
What? There's someone else here?
We meet again, traveler.
Hey! You're that Outlander we met the other day at Good Hunter!
It's all thanks to you that I was able to find this place. Good thing that you were too preoccupied with the prophecy to notice someone tailing you from the shadows.
Oh, is that so? Then, why do I spy yet another person following in your shadow?
Wait, really?
There's no need for pleasantries. You should know I'm here for you.
Is it just because I'm a visitor from abroad?
I was there when you snuck your way into Marjorie's place.
So you had your eyes on me even then, huh? That was 2 whole weeks ago, you know.
It's hard not to notice you when I'm on duty every day.
All right. In that case, I'll admit it. I was the person who slipped this prophecy into the storybook.
Huh? But why? Then, does that mean this wasn't a real prophecy after all?
Don't worry. Even though you probably have plenty of reservations about me, you can be sure that the prophecy is genuine. In fact, many of you here today may have heard the code name of the one who left the prophecy to me. She hailed from an ancient assembly of powerful women, each of whom used a single letter to signify themselves.
Who would have guessed? It seems that power was indeed left behind by the old hag after all.
Ah, so you're B's student. It's an honor to meet you. I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Well, what are you talking about?
It's a long story, but I'm not quite sure that I'm the best person to tell it. Since you've all spent so much time and energy trying to decipher this prophecy, you must also be very interested in the secret behind this lantern, no? The lantern has already been lit. Now then, please allow me to disturb your happy peace.
Huh. Why did this little thing just light up?
Hello? On the other side of the lantern.
Mom?
Oh, I hear many youthful voices.
Madam, I am Scarlet, the successor of
Oh, since we've last gathered, Jay's successor has already...
Wait. Why are you talking just like the old hag?
Old hag? Who would dare say that? Is that Mona?
Who are you? Who dares imitate my master?
And what of imitation and mimicry? It is always...
Oh, Dallas, I'm here too.
Mom, why are you trying to talk like other people?
So I see everyone's here. Well,
Miss Alice, why would you...
well, it's been many years since this lantern last lit up. You can't blame me for thinking that one of the old friends from my youth may have decided to catch...
Why she sounds so...
And if I recall correctly, we left this lantern in the care of the Animo Archon Barbados. You must be commended for uncovering an artifact and trust... Tell me, are you sitting around my beloved tea party table?
It's a really long tape.
Oh, so you are. I suppose this means even the Animo Archon has granted you entry to this place. Was all of this Scarlet?
Wait. Paimon's completely lost now. So what was this?
Oh, Miss Alice, would it be all right to leave the explanation of...
Well, you should be rewarded for making it all the way up here and activating the lantern. Ever heard of the Hexenzirkel? As the spooky name suggests, it's a secret society. Once upon a time, it even challenged the Animo Archon himself. But he replied, "Let us make music, not war, and resolve our conflicts through song." From then on, the mages would only ever convene in the woods, in the skies, or on the edges of cliffs. At these tea parties, they discussed their stories and secrets and resolved their differences, as the tea and cakes bore witness to their pledge never to fight amongst themselves.
Yesterday I snuffed out the life of my beloved. He had grown old and was extremely sick. He loved me dearly, so I took his fate in my hands and ended his pain.
I'm raising a son. Of all the children I had, he's the only one left. But I suppose that still makes me a mother.
My lifespan is nothing compared to yours, so I wish to leave you with my storybook. Actually, maybe you can pass it on to your children one day.
Oh, this looks interesting. Let me scry.
My dear sisters, we mustn't let prophecies threaten our bonds of friendship. Even the most frightening witch was once a little girl, and growing up can be so tough. Sometimes we all need to vent our troubles to the wind. Even if the nations go to war, or the sky falls down, the mages' tea parties shall forever be held around this table.
Held their meeting.
That's right. We often met here to chat.
Then what about the part saying that if we light the lantern of utmost...
About that. I never expected anyone other than Jay to actually read the full contents of that. The truth is, that prophecy was actually just a letter that we sent to Jay as a group the day before her wedding.
So it was indeed written by all of you.
I must thank you for resisting the urge to immediately reveal the truth to everybody, Albedo. Knowing you...
No, it took me a little longer than that.
A flower that is not of this world. A guide who will never get lost. One who would never lie. and a legend that never ends. When a member of the organization had to leave the group to spend the rest of her days with her beloved, the other mages would write down this a flower that is not of this world signifies, of course, flowers that do not naturally exist in this world. This is the signature of R, full name. If there's anyone in this world who could create a flower species that does not yet exist, it would be her. The guide who will never get lost is N, otherwise known as Nicole. You may not have encountered her yet, but she is a truly extraordinary woman who has made this. Some of you may be fortunate enough to have already heard her voice. Like a prophetess, she will only speak to guide. She has a tendency to suddenly speak in someone's mind without. If one day you would be unfortunate enough to run into a truly dangerous situation.
Who would have guessed that there are so many mysterious women in this world?
The one who would never lie is me. I hope no one would take offense. It's just that I, Alice, or A for short, have always had a soft spot for. As for a legend that never ends, you may not know M in person, but you've likely encountered one of her works. Have any of you ever read The Boar Princess?
Huh? I'm pretty sure every child in Mondstadt has read that.
It's also one of my favorite stories. M was an exceptional human writer who used her prose. Don't you think such a person would deserve a seat at the mage's table?
Paimon's getting more and more lost.
It may sound hard to believe, but I can attest to everything that Alice has said. Jay was also a mortal who aged and passed on. Leave Alice. You've never acknowledged any of Jay's successors. It's now been centuries since the first.
Do you also want to become a mage?
Title aside, I think I'm more interested in the meaning and purpose. I used to think that the Hexen Circle was a group of women who could control the very fate of this world. But now, I've seen for myself that besides Jay...
Do you think less of us now?
No, not at all. My interest has been piqued, and I'm now even more drawn...
You're right. I've never acknowledged any of Jay's successors, but you are different. You are much...
Oh, has someone finally peeked onto Alice?
Now is not a good time, Scarlet, but as soon as I am able, I will seek you out for a meeting. I want you to tell me all about...
So the mage who received the prophecy letter from all of you was Jay?
Precisely. There was only one way the letter could have been interpreted. She would have known what we meant as soon as she... Please come to see us again. Before you go and settle forever with your happiness, please come share some of it with your best...
So, the Supreme Blessing actually...
All journeys are fleeting and will eventually come to an end. What will give us the most fulfillment and happiness in the end? Dear child, I believe you can also understand what I am talking about. We women will always have many troubles and encounter pains, but no matter how hard things may become, we will cross mountains and oceans to see our best friends again. Regardless of how many years, as long as we can be with our beloved friends, our hearts will be filled with joy. To us mages, that's what being supremely...
I still don't get it, but I do know that all the mages are Mom's best friends.
If you ask how I see it, the Hexen Circle is just a group of ladies that I spent my youth with. Anyway, I'll introduce some of the other members to you all later. I still have a few things to attend to, so this will have to do for today.
Bye, Mom. Todoko says bye, too.
Goodbye, darling, and farewell to all of our other friends as well. I'm sure we'll see each other... Oh, now that I think of it, isn't it getting close to that time of year?
Yes, it's wind bloom again, Alice.
It's also a special anniversary date. I'm sure you...
Yes, I do remember now. It was on this day many... just in time for the Festival of Love and Freedom. Everyone, please enjoy this...
Whoa! Ah! Albedo! Why didn't you tell me we'd have to glide all the way back down?
Are you okay, Timaeus? Maybe you'd feel better if...
I'm fine. I'm just a little glider sick, that's all.
You may want to look into getting your own gliding license when you have the time. It might prove helpful to you.
Okay. Sure thing.
It sounds like you've still got something on your mind. Why don't you tell us? We're all happy to listen.
It's nothing, really. It's just... Well, Alice's story was really interesting and romantic. I won't argue about that. But still, the whole thing wasn't quite what I was hoping for. Of course, I didn't actually expect the supreme blessing to be real, but...
Don't say that. None of this was your fault, Timaeus. Honestly, it's more on me for having agreed to be the Wimbloom Festival Special Ambassador. Had I not asked for everyone's help...
If anything, it should be my fault for finding that prophecy.
Oh, no. I didn't mean to blame the two of you either. I just feel like... this whole adventure didn't really end on a high note, and we also didn't really get anything out of it.
But I'd say we still learned something new.
Well, that aside, Timaeus, you still need to go to Liyue to apologize to Yingar, right? Do you want Kale and I to accompany you?
Oh, Miss Yingar. Well, I mean, I just really don't want her to get mad at me. Now that I've come back to my senses, I really don't know what I should do.
Hey, you three? You may want to look over there.
Huh? Miss Yingar?
Oh, so that's Miss Yingar? I've never met her before.
Yep, that's her. And she actually came all the way to Mondstadt.
I am so sorry, Miss Yingar, but how did you... I mean...
Are you so happy just to see me?
Of course I am. I'm so happy that, I don't, Sorry, I don't know what to say.
I was ready to give you a harsh scolding, but now that I've seen you like this, I suppose I could let you off the hook this time. You said you couldn't come to pick me up because of a very important matter, right? Well then, of course I had to come and find you instead.
Should we go see how they're doing?
Well, I wouldn't. You'll get hit by a forest boar if you interrupt a couple's romantic conversation.
Oh, really? We'll just leave them alone then.
I am so glad to see Timaeus find his happiness.
I have to say, I'm even more envious of you, Sucrose. You can be happy just to see others happy, and you gave me so much help without any expectations in return. Even though you said that we're very much alike, I still feel like you have a much bigger heart than I do.
But if you say that, then I'd say I'm also nowhere near as brave or tenacious as you. I guess we have the same amount of positive qualities. They're just spread over different parts of our personalities. I've never visited Sumeru, or made many friends from outside of Mondstadt. I'm happy just to have met and become your friend. Maybe I'll get shy and flustered when I meet other people I don't know in the future. But that's okay too. Since we are so alike, you probably get what I'm trying to say. You just need to believe that all of your issues aren't really issues at all.
But isn't it too late now for me to learn to accept myself?
Well... That's a topic that my parents used to talk about back when they were still dating. Surprising, right? To think that people would talk about that while on a date. My mom brought it up at dinner one time last month. She called my dad the most boring man she knew, and said that he even turned... But she also said that... Why don't you give it a try?
Okay, I'll try my...
They're really having a great conversation. Paimon can't even find a moment to join in.
I nearly forgot. This is for you.
This texture.
Yep. I believe I mentioned my sweet flower research to you before. It's nothing too special, but they're super sweet and easy to grow. I'm also submitting them as my wind blooms for this year.
Thank you. I'll plant them in the video.
Kale, please take these notes with you. I've heard that you've been working hard on your studies, so I've prepared some study materials for you at Sucro's...
I don't know what to say.
Sucrose, now's your chance. Didn't you want to collect a breath of joy?
You're right. I almost forgot. Kale, can you exhale once?
Oh, really?
Of course.
Huh? It was like a little cloud of happiness, but now it flew away.
Well, luckily, there's still some breath left in the test tube. I'll keep working on it and let you know as soon as I have any breakthroughs.
Yeah, you can write to me. I'll be sure to respond as soon as I receive your letter.
Oh, it looks like you found a new pen pal.
Master Tighnari!
If your friendship was forged in a test tube.
That's it. I think you've ruined Sumeru's reputation in Mondstadt beyond all hope of repair.
All that matters is that I've enjoyed Mondstadt immensely. The dragon here possesses a majestic form.
Oh, that reminds me. Traveler, this card back is for you. Saino wanted you to have one for yourself. If I had to guess,
I'm a master of the game.
Can you believe this guy? Huh.
Wait! I've got some...
Huh? Kale has a gift for...
Yeah! I figured I should follow local Mondstadt customs and I made these bookmarks from Sumeru roses at the hotel. During Windbloom, Mondstadters offer flowers to the people most important to them. You three are family to me.
But Tighnari said that we're not anything like an academic family. He wouldn't write joint papers with us.
Well, in this case, we can consider ourselves as regular siblings. And
I agree. Oh, and here are some Padisara seeds as well. These are for the Traveler, Paimon, and everyone.
Whoa, are these really for us?
So, are these your chosen Windblooms?
Mm-hmm, one of them. Both Padisauras and Sumeru roses are... Although they're not native to Mondstadt, they are the flowers that can best... I want to give them to the people I feel thankful for. To those who... I wish to accompany. The real blessing in life is when you are surrounded by people who you'd miss day and night, and who you'd want to see even if that meant...
I'm so happy to hear you say that.
Sucrose, do you see that cloud over there?
Huh?
Doesn't it look just like your test tube?
Genshin hunt decree.
Something bad happen again?